Imagine somebody had this room, right? And then they built this random, not to code staircase at all that was kind of really high and led to nowhere. And then they put a toilet on the top of it. We want to put a window behind the toilet, a little lower so that everybody could see anything. That would never, ever happen.
So if you like that one, you're in the right place. I've taken a bunch of my That Would Never Happen Right videos and put them all in one video. This is going to walk us through some of the most ridiculous architectural fails you've ever seen. I can't even tell you which one's the worst because you'll have to decide for yourself. But there is that one.
Okay, let's start with the landing. No, let's start with 2 landings. And from each of those landings, we have a staircase that just comes up to the first one. Then from the second one, it goes upstairs. Great. But let's say as you're walking halfway down the stairs, you really need to go to the bathroom. That would never happen, right? We would never put a toilet there, right? That would never happen, right? So let's say we were designing a bar in a basement, a couple of countertops there, right? Put some cabinets, walls underneath. But let's say you were really lazy and didn't want to leave to go to the bathroom. So we put a couple of urinals attached to the bar. And maybe your friends are short, so you put a step in front of one of the urinals. That way they can reach it. That would never happen, right? That would never happen, right? Okay, so let's say we have this basement space here, and from this basement we've got a staircase that comes down, but it doesn't quite reach the floor. I think a natural place for a toilet is right at the bottom of the stairs, so we're going to class it up with a sink and a mirror for those beautiful basement selfies there. And now, I don't think this is ever going to happen because here's a reenactment of how you would actually have to access those stairs to get down to that toilet. That'll never happen, right? Okay, so let's say we had this kitchen and you really like to cook. You like to cook so much that you wanted to build in a bathroom into your kitchen so that you never had to leave. You could keep an eye on your stuff. I mean, that would never happen, right? We would never have a secret compartment to house a toilet so you didn't have to actually leave to go to the bathroom, right?
Okay, we got more. Check this one out.
Okay, so here we have a staircase down to a dark and dingy basement. And in that basement, there is no bathroom. So we need to provide a toilet before we head down to the basement. Here we have this dangerous, unsafe ledge right there. We could consider putting a toilet right there, but that would never happen, right? I mean, that would never happen, right? Okay, so we've got this small room here. Let's bring in a countertop. Let's put in a stove. Let's put in some base cabinets. Let's put in a sink, some wall trim. Let's do some upper cabinets too, just to finish the look. Let's bring in a bathtub, a toilet paper holder, and a toilet. Guys, this would never ever happen, right? Okay, so let's say we have this bedroom area. We'll bring in a bed, we'll bring in a little chair, we'll put in the corner, little makeup counter, desk, maybe a mirror. And then let's bring in a pedestal sink. And what good's a sink without a toilet, right? So let's just slide that guy right in. I mean, this would never happen, right? Okay, so we have this old staircase here that's been partitioned off to be a bathroom. So we're going to put a tub under the stairs here. Don't hit your head when you're having a shower. Pedestal sink there, shower curtain, shower rod to support the shower curtain. Let's put a handrail up along the stairs there leading to nowhere, a mirror on the wall, another wall there. Where are we going to put the toilet now? We're going to put it there, there, now there. No, there. Come on, guys. That would never happen, right? Okay, so we've got a basement here. We'll put some stairs going up from the basement, a drain pipe there. We'll add a couple of windows, a small fridge and freezer, maybe some storage shelves. Let's put a random brick wall in the middle that's not parallel to any of the walls. Why could that be there? Yes, to put the toilet. Come on, guys. This would never happen, right? Okay, so let's say we have this small room here. Let's put a staircase leading down to a space, a window at the end, and a floor drain. Random shelf. Shower, that makes sense with a floor drain there. What else do we got here? Oh, a pedestal sink on the stairs. That sounds dangerous. I don't think we should do that. Mirror and a shelf above the sink, sure. A bidet. Well, you can't have a bidet without a toilet. Oh my God, guys. Guys, this would never happen, right? Okay, so we have this room here. Let's put a corner shower there, a urinal there, a pedestal sink there, random shower rod across the room. We'll put a toilet there, mirror on the wall. Not so bad so far. So let's take this to another level. Let's put a shower curtain there. Here we go. And then what we're going to need are steps. 2 steps. Maybe 3 steps. We're going to come higher, a little higher. Get that toilet up there. Yeah, there we go. Crooked toilet paper holder, exposed drain pipes, ceramic tile everywhere. Guys, that would never happen, right?
Not crazy enough for you yet? How about this one?
So here we have a pretty typical bathroom. There's a tub, there's a toilet, there's a sink. We're going to put a mirror above the sink. We're going to put a window on that wall. Except to make it slightly more dangerous, we're going to raise that tub up a few steps. And we're going to put a floor drain at the bottom so that when you slip out of the tub, there's a drain for easy cleanup. Now that would never, ever happen, right? Okay, so we have this room here. Let's put a window on the back wall, a shower stall in the corner. Let's put a countertop, lower cabinets, a couple of sinks. It's not about the toilet today, so that's going to go behind the wall. We've got a bidet under the window. We're going to build a platform here. Inside that platform, we're going to set in 2 soaker tubs. We're going to put tile on the back wall, wallpaper on the rest of the walls, and then we're going to put carpet on the floors. Guys, please tell me this would never ever happen, right? Okay, so we have an open concept plan today. Let's put a floor there, a staircase to that mezzanine, some low walls around that. Let's do a bed, a vanity, a double closet jacuzzi, and the star of the show, the toilet. Okay, but now we're going to put a couch there, a corner fireplace, a dining table, and a kitchen. This is all open concept, guys. I'm looking at this and thinking to myself, this would never ever happen, right? Okay, so we have this room here. We're going to put a pedestal sink there and a toilet in the corner there. And then we're going to make the room narrower and narrower and narrower and narrower until it gets so narrow that we have no option but to turn the toilet 90 degrees. So now it's just a bowling alley of poo. We're going to put a vent there, crooked tiles on the floor. We're going to put tiles all along the walls, a nice big empty toilet paper dispenser on the end wall. Guys, this would never ever happen, right? Okay, so we have this corner space. We're going to cut a hole in the floor, no problem. Then let's put a staircase there, like a really steep, not to code staircase that only a mountain goat could ascend. We're going to put another little wall under the stairs, creating an even smaller niche. And you know what's going to go in that smaller niche, right? Yeah, we're going to put the toilet there. But how do we get to the toilet with a hole in the floor? No problem. We're going to put an access door that you can open and close. I mean, that would never, ever happen, right? Okay, so we have this room here. Let's put a window there, a base cabinet, countertop with sink, upper cabinet, hot water tank, stove, exhaust fan above, another cabinet there. That's good. Countertop there, soaker tub, some kind of platform. Steps up to the platform, some handrails. Guys, it's going for a walk. It's climbing higher. Okay, I think I know where the toilet goes. Let's put the toilet up there and curtains. Guys, this would never happen, right?
These are pretty bad. Okay, that's it for round 1 of my That Would Never Happen Right compilation. Like and subscribe because there is more coming. I got more compilations lined up, ready to go. And let me know which one you think was the worst offender. There were some really bad ones, but curious to know what you think.